This video is going to review some of the key concepts we've studied during today's class. So just a reminder, our learning goal for today was I understand how U.S. politics, culture, and economics changed during the 1920s. Our success criteria, I can describe key changes of the 1920s, and I can close read a reading to evaluate the impact of 1920s changes on U.S. society. So, some of the political changes that we experienced during the Roaring Twenties were this idea of a return to normalcy and a focus on American life, like it was before we joined World War I. So if you remember from a few weeks ago, we noted that the U.S. retreated into isolationism after World War I. We didn't want to get involved in world affairs. We didn't want to be in another European war. So the presidents during this time want to focus on growing our economy and our big businesses. The effect of this would be that our laissez-faire, so our hands-off government policies, would contribute to the Great Depression, which will last throughout the 1930s. We have a couple of key amendments that are passed during the Roaring Twenties. The 19th Amendment gives women the right to vote. The 18th Amendment is the banning of alcohol. The 19th Amendment gave more opportunities economically, politically, and socially for women. The 18th Amendment prohibition, that banning of alcohol, would actually lead to more crime, and it would create much more problems than it would ever solve. Social change, going with that theme of the 19th Amendment, we had this newfound independence for women. So we call these young women of the 1920s flappers, the girls with the bobbed hair and the kind of shorter dresses who would go out smoking and drinking. The cause of this is that more job or opportunities led young women to move to the cities away from their families and away from their traditional roots. The effect, like the 19th Amendment, we're going to have greater opportunities for women. The Harlem Renaissance was a period of African American cultural achievement. So jazz music was founded. We had a ton of famous African American poets and authors during this period, and it helped lead to a greater cultural appreciation of African American culture. One of the main causes of this, which we'll look at the end of this week, is the Great Migration, the movement of African Americans up north between World War I and World War II for more rights and for better job opportunities. Additionally, this would also help kind of start the movement towards the civil rights movement because we're making African Americans more visible and their contributions more visible in American culture. Finally, we have economic change. So we had a huge amount of new consumer products that were created to make our lives easier, increase that standard of living. One of the causes is that in assembly line manufacturing, it was easier, faster, and cheaper to make a ton of products now that we had that assembly line where everybody's got a specialized role in the making of a product. The effect, people got so excited that they used credit, which is money that you're borrowing, to buy products they couldn't afford. So they would end up getting in debt. The overall cause of Roaring Twenties economic prosperity, so that economic boom, people are making more money, life seems great, is that we benefited from World War I because we sold tons of supplies to the Allied nations and even to the Central Powers before we joined the war. The overall effect is that use of credit, the stock market speculation, and the laissez-faire, hands-off government policies would lead to the Great Depression, which will start in 1929. So now, hopefully, you're a little clearer as to that learning goal. I can explain, or I understand, the economic, political, and social changes of the Roaring Twenties.